Brics the stone to kill the giant. I am so excited about today's content. We're going on a journey to uncover the truth about the land of the Jews and its connection to the Brics nations and Sina van Rensburg prophecies. Get ready to challenge your assumptions and explore a fascinating perspective. Have you ever wondered why the modern state of Israel doesn't quite match the biblical descriptions of the land of the Jews? Let's take a look at two ancient maps that might hold the key, the Terra Judiorum and the Ivodorum Terra. These maps suggest that the real Jews of the Bible were actually located in Africa, just above the equator. But that's not all. The Bible mentions giants living in cities like in Hebron, which is surprisingly close to Mount Zion. Other cities with giant inhabitants include Gath, Ashdod, and Gaza. Today, we know these cities as Nairobi, Mombasa, and Malindi in Kenya. But who were these giants, exactly? According to biblical texts, they were the Nephilim, the offspring of the fallen Anunnaki angels and human women. And what about the Promised Land? The Bible describes a land flowing with milk and honey. Could this be referring to the region below the equator in Africa? A land of abundance and fertility, just as the Bible describes. Now, let's explore the prophecies of Sina van Rensburg, a South African prophet who envisioned a future where the Afrikaner people would regain their independence. He spoke of taking back the land from the Cabal deep state. Could this be connected to the Promised Land in Africa? As we explore the connection between the Promised Land and Africa, we must also consider the role of the Brics nations in shaping the New World Order. The Brics alliance is challenging the existing power structures, and Africa is at the heart of this shift. In Psalm chapter 68 verse 31, it's written, "Princes shall come out of Egypt, Ethiopia shall soon stretch out her hands unto God." And in Isaiah chapter 18 verse 1-2, we read, "Woe to the land shadowing with wings, which is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia." Could these passages be referring to the land of the Jews in Africa? So, what does this mean for our understanding of history, the Bible, and the Brics nations, as well as Gesara and Nesara? It appears that the true descendants of the biblical Jews may have originally been located in Africa, just above the equator, while the Promised Land lies to the south, below the equator. The prophecies of Sina van Rensburg and the rise of the Brics nations could be connected to this insight. Could this be the key to reclaiming the land from the control of the Cabal, Deep State, and Khazarian Mafia? Remember, these powers enslaved Africa and destabilized economies around the world, with plans to extend their control over the United States as well. The elites, deep state players, and secret societies kept South Africa and other nations impoverished. In this context, could President Trump be seen as our modern-day David, as prophesied by Kim Clement, battling the giants on our behalf? These giants represent the global deep state players, politicians, elites, and secret societies. The Brics nations may serve as a mechanism to lead us into the Promised Land, a world of wealth, peace, and prosperity. Isaiah chapter 11 verse 11-12, NIV, says, "In that day the Lord will reach out his hand a second time to reclaim the surviving remnant of his people, from Assyria, from Lower Egypt, from Upper Egypt, from Cush, from Elam, from Babylonia, from Hamath and from the islands of the Mediterranean. He will raise a banner for the nations and gather the exiles of Israel. He will assemble the scattered people of Judah from the four quarters of the earth." What about modern-day Israel? The Khazarian Mafia has infiltrated the country and claims to be Jewish, but in reality, they are simply part of the Khazarian Mafia agenda and are called the Zionist group. It's important to understand that the Zionists are a political group, and they are responsible for creating the tensions and conflicts between Palestine and the Jewish people. Thanks for joining me on this journey of discovery. Shout out to Jappy from Rabbit Hole Israel channel for inspiring this video. Please comment below and tell me what you think. Until next time, stay curious and always keep exploring.